Well, throughout my career I've been really lucky with the people that I've worked with, and I suppose top of the list has got to come John Vane. I first met John when I was being interviewed for this post which I mentioned as a laboratory technician, and I became eventually his technician, and I worked with him for 2 to 3 years before I went to Sheffield to read physiology as a degree course. But John was an extraordinary person. He was an amazing lateral thinker, an intuitive scientist. He was very impatient. He loved his bioassay techniques because he got results in real time. He hated waiting around for them. But I learnt an awful lot from him, and really John made a series of extraordinary discoveries. The one which everyone knows him for, of course, is the discovery of the mechanism of action of aspirin at the molecular level. But also he made immense contributions to the development of angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitors. It was his original idea to use agents which blocked bradykinin breakdown as inhibitors of angiotensin converting enzyme, and it was his input into E.R. Squibb and Sons which resulted eventually in the development of captopril, a drug which revolutionised cardiovascular medicine. So John was an extraordinary person. I came back later to the department as his PhD student, and I then was invited by him to join him at the Wellcome Foundation as a member of his new prostaglandin research group, and I remained there with him for 12.5 years before leaving and going to the University of Bath. But then 5 years later almost, or just over 5 years later, we were back together again because John had rung me up from London to say he was thinking of starting off a new institute in London. John Vane had moved from the Wellcome Foundation himself a year after I left, so that would be about 1986. And he had been given some space, just a couple of rooms, an office and a lab or something, at what used to be Barts Hospital Medical College campus on Charterhouse Square. And he had the idea of maybe gathering around him some former colleagues to try and start another independent group. And he rang me up and said, would I like to join him? And after thinking about it for a while, I said yes, but I had no idea about the way that this venture would eventually turn out.